Assalamualaikum and hello YouTube, my name is Nur Muhammad from Anywash, and yes, I'm back with another what do you call this, one watch and 5 looks video, right? So the purpose of this particular video is just to show you guys that you don't really have to buy more watches to satisfy your craving or your addiction or your watch addiction for that matter, but instead you can just buy a few more straps and change the look of your watch, maybe daily, maybe weekly, or maybe monthly, depending on your budget, right? So here are just 5 of my suggestion for this particular piece. This is the Oris big crown pointed it with small second hands. All right, so I have no idea what are the official name for this particular watch, and I will research in my full video review. For the time being, let's just call it that, right? So before we do that, let's do a quick wristwatch check. Today I am wearing RZE or RZE Resolute watch, a watch loaned to me from Trevor, the Travis from RZEwatches.com in Singapore, and this is a titanium fill watch with a full with a coating, what do you call it, hex coating, and of course this is this titanium bracelet as well. And this thing is awesome, super lightweight. I just love wearing this thing, right? So let's get back to this particular watch. This is in 34 millimeters in diameter, and it has a lug width of just 18 millimeters. So that is why the options for this watch is quite limited, but yeah, still we can find a bit. So the first one is this very cool rubber strap that is meant for Casio actually. So I forgot the name of the strap maker, but you can see that this area here is 18 millimeters, and it has this flange out here, so at about maybe 20 or 21 millimeters. I just think it gives it a much better vintage look in my opinion, and this kind of vintage look appeal to me, especially when we pair it on this actual vintage watch, right? So of course we have these tons of holes here to make it easy for us, of course, especially in hot and humid Malaysia. And we have a very simple very teeny buckle here with this pin here, and we have just one single keeper, which is quite enough, I must say, right? So let's check out how it looks on my wrist. So do bear in mind though that this is quite a short strap, so if you are searching for this kind of strap, so you maybe, if your wrist is up until 7 inches, it might work. I have a 6.75 inch wrist, so you can see that I have just 1, 2, 3 holes left, so it's quite a small watch, but it suits the look of this vintage Oris. Just nicely done there, and I think it enhanced the vintage look, this vintage Oris, right? So very nice option in my opinion. What do you think, guys? What do you think? So let's go to strap number 2, which is this super cool looking vintage vintage strap, or not, it's not really a vintage strap, but a vintage style strap that I've got from my Casio A700W, which is right, this one, right? So this is the A700W. Is very thin, and yeah, check out that, I don't know, I think this is 5 or 6 millimeters in thickness, and yeah, check out that vintage looks to the watch. I just love this particular piece, but I do love the strap even better, right? So you can see that the bracelet, although it's a bit teeny, yeah, this Casio bracelet are quite teeny, but check out that huge taper, right? So from here we have an 18 millimeters lug end here, and we have this flange, or whatever you want to call it, wing, whatever you want to call it, and a huge taper down here, and we have this adjustable clasp here where you can adjust in which you can adjust it according to your wrist size. But do bear in mind though, this Casio A700W bracelet are quite long for the watch itself, right? So if you guys have wrist that is smaller than 6.5 inch wrist, so you will struggle a bit. No, if you guys have a wrist size of just 6 inches, you will struggle a bit if you want to use this bracelet. But for me, 6.75 is just okay, not that bad. So yeah, I think that looks absolutely cool. Check out the Oris on the Casio bracelet. Very nice and vintage look. And you know what, just have to bear in mind also that this thing is a hair puller. That is how I feel, but after some time I get used to it, so it doesn't really bug me that much anymore, right? So check out the light play when you when I turned my wrist, and I think that looks absolutely cool in my opinion, right? So let's go to strap number 3, which is another strap or bracelet from Casio, right? So this time around, this is from the A700WM, another variant in the Casio vintage series. So you can see that this is a fine mesh bracelet from Casio, and we have that brush portion up here. And I don't know, it's, for me, mesh bracelet is a must if you guys love vintage style watches. And this is the fine mesh version, which is much more thin. So you can you have mesh bracelet, we have shark mesh, we have this fine mesh bracelet, which, you know, for me looks much better, especially paired with this vintage Oris, right? So again, we have this fully adjustable keeper here, and it hooks just fine, and we have that Casio branding down there. And check out that mesh playing really nice with this vintage Oris pointer dates. Yeah, I just love the look that this mesh bracelet brings to the watch, right? So what do you guys think? All right, so I think that is so cool, right? So let's go to strap number 4, which is a rally style leather strap, or rally style leather strap from cheapestnatostraps.com. So I don't really buy any much leather strap from them, and yeah, I just try out the style of leather strap, and I think this rally style suits the watch pretty much, very closely. And yeah, do we have the stitching here in white? Of course, the quality is not that good, so you can see that this stitching could move around. So yeah, you know, this is just an idea for me, you know what, to just test out how it looks on my watches. So when I find another strap maker that produces something similar to this one, I could just buy it from them. So I normally use cheapest leather strap for that purpose, right? So we have just a simple stamp, very cheap looking polish buckle here. We have fixed keeper here and one keepers here and at the back. So you can see how nasty it is, but yeah, it doesn't break. It haven't break. It's still hang on for the past how many years that I've had it. So you can see that this portion of the strap is a bit dark due to my sweat, which is attached to this particular portion. And you can see there's a bit of glue here because it kind of peeled off. There are 2 layers of leather here, and this one peeled off, so I just add some glue, so it managed to survive this long. And we have a quick release pin, right? So quite a cheap watch, but you know what, if you want to try out the style of strap, so cheapest NATO straps is the way to go, right? So quite nice. I think this rally theme does suit this Oris just well, because you know what, Oris sponsors F1. So yeah, I know rally and F1 is a different thing altogether, but they are still in motorsport. So yeah, why don't put a rally style strap on your vintage Oris, right? So how do you guys think? What do you guys think? I think that looks cool nonetheless, right? So let's go to strap number 5, which for me is the best looking strap here. Right, so this is the I can't remember the name of this strap, but it is an Italian leather strap from Vario, Singapore. So this one featuring this burgundy colorway. It's more a bit of a brown, a bit of a red color instilled in it. So for me, this is the best color that is available from Vario Singapore. Of course, this is in 18mm with the maybe it's a gray stitching, not exactly white, but somehow this stitching plays really nice with the indices of the Oris. And yeah, it's very soft and supple right out of the box. So we have of course leather back here with a signed Vario here, and genuine Italian leather stamp in under here, and we have the quick release pins, which is my favorite. But yeah, you have to, you know what, be aware when you use quick release pins, because sometimes they got stuck, so you have to play around with this thing quite a lot. So yeah, and be careful, don't break it, right? So anyway, so we have Vario sign buckle here, which is in polish, and of course fixed keeper here and movable keeper here. And how it looks, how it makes any watch looks is, you know what, just amazing. This strap is one of the best straps that I've come across in my 6 years of collecting collecting watches. This is one of the best strap that is available on the market, but you must it's a bit short if you guys are an Asian like me. So we have small wrist, 6.75, maybe 7-inch wrist. We are okay. You guys, you can see that I still have 4 holes left. But if you are a big European guy, you might wanna ask the seller, ask Vario first, or Ivan from Vario, if it fits your wrist size. So check out that burgundy or color, or brown burgundy colorway of this particular strap, and that pattern looks very nice and vintagey. It pairs really well with this vintage Oris, and I just love how it looks. And yeah, I think this is easily the best of the bunch that we have here. Right, so there you have it, guys. Five different options for you to spice up your watch game, right? So you can swap this strap weekly, daily, monthly, depending on your mood and depending on what you wear on that day. So I just hope that this helps you in deciding your next strap purchase. And if you like this video, please give me a big thumbs up, and if you want to see more future video reviews such as this one, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you soon. Stay safe. Bye bye.